At around 5:45 p.m. on March 25, 2024, Reddit user AltKeyBlade noticed a white and long object reflecting high in the skies of Sydney, Australia. Different from most recordings of UFOs, this video was taken with a professional camera, a Nikon Coolpix P1000 equipped with a 3000mm super telephoto lens, which allowed the author of the video to get a better video of this phenomenon when compared to regular smartphone cameras. The Redditor assured that he can easily focus on planes and helicopters. However, in this case, he couldn't get a good look at this object when manually focusing, which he found very strange. For instance, what you are seeing right now is a video of a plane recorded with the exact same camera that was used to record the UFO, which means that an out-of-focus plane is definitely not an explanation for this incident. Moving forward, the author of the video also claimed that he checked flight radar apps just to make sure, but there were no planes in that area during the time that the video was recorded. In the video, a shiny object flashing colors can be seen high up in the skies, almost seeming like it's reflecting sunlight or emitting some sort of heat. Even though only 3 minutes of video were posted online, the original poster reported that the entire encounter lasted for around 40 minutes. Where the object kept disappearing in and out every few minutes. Since this video was posted online, no relevant follow-up has been posted, and the mysterious light hasn't been seen since. Right before the sun started to set over the fields of Paignton, England, Fred Lewis decided to take his dog for an evening stroll. But little did he know that this calm outing would soon turn into something extraordinary. As he stood at the edge of the field, Fred noticed his dog's behavior shift. Her attention was fixated on something that seemed invisible to him.
The dog turned round and virtually pointed like a pointer at something in the field. And I couldn't see anything, but from the dog's attitude, it was obviously that she was very confused.
As Fred started to look for what his dog was afraid of, he witnessed a strange object right before his eyes.
It started off like a hologram and turned into what to me was a very solid object.
Defying any terrestrial logic or technology that we are used to, an object materialized before him, initially appearing as a transparent object before solidifying into a rectangular form.
It turned out to be a rectangular block.
Hovering about 40 feet away, the rectangular block measured approximately 10 feet in length, 4 feet in width, and 3 feet in depth.
At the back there were two holes, and these were giving out a slow pulsing orangey yellow light, and the object actually rose to a height of about 2 feet above the ground.
Even though Fred gave a lot of details about how he witnessed the object appearing out of thin air, it is uncertain as to how this object got away, as there are almost no documents with further details about this sighting. Decades have passed since this event took place, and there have been no further sightings of the same object around the Paignton area since then. On September 10, 2014, at around 6:45 p.m., Rick Ibarra, a retired Department of Defense therapist, was pulling into his driveway near San Diego, California, when he noticed a sphere in the sky. According to him, the unidentified object was 4 to 6 feet in size and was around 400 feet above the ground. Throughout the entire encounter, the sphere repeatedly moved and stopped in an uneven pattern. A few pictures were also taken of the sphere, where it can be seen that the surface is metallic and that it has 3 antenna-like objects attached to it. Since this footage was first posted online, it went through countless analyses and online discussion, which led skeptics to conclude that the object was simply a balloon, which is a theory that aligned with what Ibarra thought at first, but he slowly moved away from this hypothesis when the object failed to move with the wind, not mentioning its distinct metallic shell reflecting the twilight. Years had passed since this incident took place, and to this day, it is still uncertain if the object was simply a balloon, an experimental military aircraft, or something beyond our comprehension. In the autumn of 1936, Holger Berg and his friend, Peterson, were hitchhiking on a remote road near Eklutna, Alaska. As they shivered in the cold, they spotted a light approaching. At first, they thought that it was an oncoming truck, but their relief was cut short as the light suddenly ascended into the sky.
We saw this light and we said, oh boy, a truck's coming. Well, anyway, all of a sudden we realized this thing was up in the air and we couldn't figure out what it was. And before we knew it, it was right above us.
With a strange blue-green light, the mysterious object loomed above Holger and Peterson, emitting an eerie sound similar to that of modern jet engines.
And it made a sound, and I never heard that sound again until I heard the first jet engine shut down, kind of a low whining sound.
In a panic, Berg and Peterson sought refuge in a nearby snowbank as the unidentified craft glided. Seemingly on a collision course with the nearby mountain, the object effortlessly navigated over the peak.
It passed overhead, and it looked like it was going to run right into the mountain to our right. When it got to the mountain, this thing went over the top and down the other side. And we said, that does it. We're going back. We don't know what it was, but we thought it was something secret the government was doing.
The whole encounter lasted for around 3 minutes, but that was enough to leave the two youngsters with a sense of unease and a suspicion that what they had witnessed did not have any conventional explanation, given that jets only started to be used decades later.
It looked like it was cigar-shaped. However, as it got away from us, it looked more like a flat iron. You know, it was wider at the back than it was at the front.
And to this day, it's uncertain if what the hitchhikers saw was a top-secret military aircraft, an atmospheric phenomenon, or an actual UFO. But now, if you made it this far into the video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to this channel. You can also support us by becoming a member by clicking on the join button below. It will help immensely. I also want to take a moment to thank all of the members of the channel. A big thanks to Paul Gardner II, Christine Smith, D. Smitty, and Manuel Rocha for helping to support the channel. It means so much to me. With that being said, let's jump back to where we stopped. Moving on to the Southern Philadelphia region on April 11, 2024, this video was posted by Reddit user Everything Is Fine. He explains that his parents were having coffee when they noticed a blue object in the sky above the Delaware River. The object was first seen at around 6 a.m., but since his parents had to get ready for work, they stopped recording it. When his dad was leaving for work at 6:10 a.m., the object was still there, but when his mother came outside to go to work as well at around 6:25 a.m., the object was no longer visible. The original poster of this video claimed that his parents are non-believers, but during the entire video, they were absolutely shocked by the sighting. However, this isn't the only sighting of this blue object, since in Scottsdale, Arizona, a similar glowing object was also captured on video. So far, the only theory that has been raised to explain both incidents is that it was probably LED kites, but given that the sighting from southern Philadelphia took place at 6 a.m., it is very unlikely that someone was playing with kites at that time of the day. Regarding the sighting from Scottsdale, if that was a LED strip from a kite, those lights wouldn't be that bright in broad daylight. Since both of these sightings took place, no follow-up has been given by their uploaders, and it is unknown if those lights were seen again. And there you have it. A set of mysterious UFO videos from around the internet. Each sighting brings its own set of questions, leaving us to wonder about the mysteries that linger in our skies. What are your thoughts on these encounters? Share your insights in the comments below. Until next time, keep your eyes on the skies and stay vigilant. Be careful what you wish for.